everything measured, everything perfect. It was my tireless studies that brought advancements beyond comprehension. I gave everything for the Empire, and the only thing I asked in return was denied. Now, I want so much more.
So, Grim Dawn Community League Season 4 is here soon. It'll begin September 17th, 2022 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The season will last roughly 2 months. Hopefully I'll remember to put up a little graphic for some other time zones. We'll leave a link below for how the seasons functioned in the past. It'll be the same setup as Season 3, so if you want an in-depth overview, you can check out that video. It still applies. But basically, you just go to the www.grimleague.com website and sign up right now. Signups are currently open. If you already signed up for Season 3 in the past, you won't need to do this step for Season 4. On September 17th, when the League starts, we'll drop a download for the League launcher on the About section of the website, as well as on the Discord server under the Installation section. It's as simple as dragging and dropping the exe file and ini file into your main Grim Dawn installation location. From here and throughout the season, you will boot the game through this launcher and log in with your account. I'd suggest making a shortcut for it and throwing it on your desktop or something. If you're using Steam, make sure Steam is open before you launch the game through our launcher. If you still have the Season 3 launcher installed, it should work, but if anything changes, we'll let you know via Discord. Throughout the season, Discord is our main point of contact for changes, technical issues, and really anything, so please join Discord. We will leave a link to that below as well. Season 4 is quite literally our biggest undertaking. It is actually a small expansion pack for Grim Dawn at this point, plus a bunch of other features that we're going to get into here in a bit. But yeah, the project team is big now. I think there's over 10 people working on this project that have put a lot of time into this. So we will be running a PayPal donation campaign once again. We'll leave links to the direct PayPal donation link below, as well as Streamlabs if you want to go through Wrecked by Protoss' stream. He's basically running the campaign this season. And if you donate directly to the website, there's links in the bottom right of the website that if you donate there, you can unlock more cloud storage space. That's right, we have cloud storage this season, so you don't have to make mules or anything. You can upload your items to the cloud, pull them off the cloud, and you don't really have to deal with muling or item management anymore. You can just do it directly through our website. Pretty incredible. So a few different ways you can donate to this project. It also helps support the prize pool. We have 2 ladders. We're going to do at least a minimum of $300 in Amazon gift cards like we did the last couple seasons for the top 3 placements in each ladder. We also have some plushies. I thought it'd be a good idea to spend $160-something on stuffed animals, so we might just raffle these off to anyone that exceeds a certain point limit, or maybe anyone that gets to level 100. I'm not too sure we're going to do this one yet, but we'll figure that out. So we might also raffle these guys off just to random people. Kind of fun. All right, so now I'll hand it over to Wrecked by Protoss, who's going to go over some of the big features and a bit of an overview of a lot of the new stuff that we're going to be rolling out with Season 4.
All right, so quick explanation about the chat, right? Whenever you enter a game via the launcher, you will see this Welcome to Grim Dawn Community League Season 4 message right here. You can write /help to see more information, and this information will basically tell you how it works, right? There are 16 different global channels and 16 different trade channels. You can write /G for a global channel, and then, for example, /G16, and then on to turn on global chat and also to join channel 16, right? And now you can write something, I don't know, and you are gonna be in that channel 16. Everybody who's also on channel 16 will see that. Same thing for TR, right? Trade channel, so TR on. If you don't put any number, you will automatically join channel 1, and if you would like to join another one, you can like just write TR3 and then on as well. If you would like to disable these again, you just write TR off or like G off. There are also these server notifications, so whenever somebody dies on hardcore, it will be shown both on softcore as well on hardcore in the chat as like a server message. And also whenever somebody completes one of the seasonal challenges, you will see that player XYZ has completed challenge XYZ as the first, second, third player and so on. So how does the Cloud Stash work? The Cloud Stash basically works more or less the same as the Grim Dawn Item Assistant. So once you have bought 6 shared stash tabs, it's very important that you actually buy all 6. The last stash tab here will be your input. So whatever item you put in here will be transferred to the cloud, to the website. And whenever you transfer something from the website back to your character, to your stash, it will appear in the 5th, like the second to last stash tab here. So make sure to have this one almost empty, and this one will always like empty itself whenever you like put something in here, at least whenever you are connected to the actual servers and to the website and the client. You can check that by like looking in the top left. If you have like this overlay here, or if your chat is working, then you can be sure that you are actually connected, and then you can put items here and they will be uploaded to the stash, like to the cloud. So if you put, for example, these like stone barriers in here, you can also put like a barracks bloody arm in here, for example, and maybe like, I don't know, this puncturing scrap metal mod as well. Let's try all of these 3 items. We just close this, and we will instantly get the like message that item transfer to cloud was a success, right? If you don't get this message, then it will not be successful, like then the items will not have been uploaded. So unlike Item Assistant, you don't have to like move away and stuff like that. It will actually be instantaneous. And now we can go to the website right over here. I can go to my profile, for example, and then go to my softcore cloud stash, because this was just a softcore character right now. So you can see here, I have this bloody armor in here, the puncturing maul, and the stone barrier, right? And nothing else, because I didn't upload anything else. There is a loot filter, like rather an item filter here, not a loot filter, for whatever you have in your stash here. So you can, for example, look for lightning damage, and it will show the stone bearers, right? You can also like look out for a specific item slot, and so on and so on, basically just like how it works in Grim Dawn Item Assistant as well. You can also search, right, like, I don't know, like maul, it will show you the puncturing maul. Okay, now how do you retrieve these items? You just click on this button over here, transfer to stash, right? If you want the stone bearers back in your stash, like in your game rather, then you just click this button and the stone bearer will appear in the game. Now there's one additional functionality that this Cloud Stash has that Item Assistant does not necessarily have, and that it is that it will show you the exact roles of the item already in the website. So usually Grim Tools or Item Assistant show you like min to max values, I think, for the most part. But our tool actually shows the exact values. So like, for example, 62 defensive ability, 5% physical resistance, I don't know, 96% lightning damage. So if you put this back to the Cloud Stash, there we go, it was successful. And we go to the page here, refresh, you can actually click on the item and you will see here that it will have like 5% physicalness, 96% lightning damage, and so on, and 62 DA. So this actually works. Let me explain the new Shadow Realm real quick. So what we did is we compressed the Shadow Realm, and also we had to move Shadow Realm to another secondary map because we actually hit the region limit with the standard map. So Shadow Realm is now accessible through a extra map, like you will have to go back to the main menu and choose the Shadow Realm map, similar to how you would usually like go into the Crucible if you play vanilla. Now when you start this map, you will be in Hunter's Blind. On this map, you will only be able to walk in Hunter's Blind, use all the shops, etc. here, all the functionality is there. However, you cannot go anywhere else. Now, Mazan, the Keeper of the Portals, is gonna be here in the Hunter's Blind as well. And you will be able to basically open rifts here in the Hunter's Blind, and you will also be able to like use the Waystones as you're used to. Now, Waystones basically work more or less the same as before. However, since we have compressed the shards, which means that we have divided the amount of shards there are by 5. So basically shard 15 is now what was before shard 75. The first waystone is gonna be like opening portals from shard 1 to 3. Second one from shard 4 to 6. Third one from 7 to 9. Fourth one from 10 to 12. Next one from 13 to 15. And then the Death's Waystone, which was usually the one from like for 80 and higher, will open shard 16 and beyond. So this is basically the equivalent of more or less like SR 80/81. What we also did is we added more chunks to a shard. So we divided the amount of shards by 5, but we doubled the amount of chunks. So we have now basically, instead of 75 shards with 4 chunks each, we have 15 shards with 8 chunks each. What this means is that you will have a final 8th chunk, which is always a guaranteed boss level, just like before, and then chunk 1 to 7 can either be a boss level or a standard chunk level. So you can roll actually between 0 and I think up to 4 or even 5 boss chunks between chunk 1 and 7, and then you always have a bonus chunk at chunk 8. This basically means that each of these shards is the equivalent of like 2 older shards. Now you might ask yourself, what about the checkpoints? Before you had checkpoints every 5 shards, right? You had a checkpoint at 15, at 20, 25 and so on. Now you will have a checkpoint at every single shard. And also if you have a checkpoint at shard 8, like if you just did shard 8 and you cashed out, you don't have to do shard 8 again. You can actually start at shard 9. So there's no more like repeating shards when you cash out and get the checkpoint. So this means that shard pushing can be done in a way more relaxed way, right? You can do 1 shard per session, 1 shard per day, and still make progress. You don't have to do like these long, grindy, like shard pushing sessions anymore, where you have to always do at least 5 shards to even progress at all, and where ideally you just like want to do all the shards in like one single run, because otherwise you will have to like repeat a shard. Now you will not have to repeat any single shard, and yeah, as I said, like for example, if you do shard 10, then you don't have to do 10 again, you can start at 11 the next time you run this. So you can push and also farm every single shard. You could like technically log out after every single shard if you want to get some loot while pushing. Another thing you might be asking yourself is, what about the skin attribute quests that you got on ultimate difficulty in the Shadow Realm before? You will still get them basically the same way, like you have to do the new shard equivalent to what you had to do before to get those like full rewards. I think the highest one you got at 25, so you could do like for example 135 run to get like all of them. and that would be now basically shard 7, right? So you can do like one shard 7 run with this Haunted Waystone over here, and then you will get all the rewards for those like skilled attribute quests. You will not get them instantaneously though, you will actually gain tokens, and you will have to bring those tokens to Mazan in the main campaign. It will actually like be there in the description of the item as well, and once you bring them to Mazan in the main campaign, like in the other main map, then you will get your skill and attribute points. So what about Boundless dungeons? How do they work? You can already see that there are several keys here, similar to the Waystones from Shadowrun. And you will get the blueprint for the first key in a specific place in one of the new areas. After you've got the first key, you can push basically the dungeons as you would push Shadowrun, and then you will get the blueprints for the higher skeleton keys. The description of these keys should be more or less self-explanatory, so whenever you have like multiple skeleton keys in your inventory, it will automatically, when you click on the dungeon door, use the highest skeleton key that you have in your inventory. So for example, if you have like all of these in your inventory, it will open up Boundless level 26 at least. But also you obviously get a checkpoint for every single level that you have cleared on this character. For example, if this character has not done any skeleton key, like any Boundless dungeons at all so far, and you don't have this key in your inventory, then it will open dungeon level 21 for you. If you have already like done 21, if you have cleared 21, then it will open 22, and so on and so on. And that's why you basically push the same way as you push in Shadowrun, or like rather in the new compressed Shadowrun as well. Now for a Boundless skeleton dungeon to be considered complete, you will have to not only defeat the final boss, but also do the challenges, these like event challenges on the way to the boss. So this is kind of like there so that you can't just like skip everything. At least you will have to do this for the higher levels. I'm not quite sure that you have to do those for the lower levels. I actually think you don't have to do those side events as well for the lower levels. So to like push, you could technically only like rush to the boss and like do that. But for the higher dungeon levels, which are also gonna be basically like part of the tiebreaker of the season, you will have to complete all the events in the dungeon, otherwise they will not be counted as completed, and then you will not actually be able to get to the next level of the dungeon. These Boundless skeleton key dungeons would of course have more loot, also like scaling loot, so all the events as well as the final chests in the middle after the boss will be scaled and will have extra rewards, such as, for example, also new blueprints for another mechanic that we have shown before as well. Now, another thing that makes these new Boundless skeleton key dungeons so much more difficult than the standard ones is that they're gonna have custom mutators, right? So usually you only have these mutators up here, right? Like the armor, toughened, and so on, blah, blah, blah. These kind of mutators. However, when you actually like go to the dungeon level, to the actual dungeon level, you will get additional class-specific mutators, which you can like see over here above your like basically buff bar, such as for example the Abandonment of All Arcane or like Broken Pact for Shaman and Arcanist. And there's like a pool of mutators for every single class, and for every single class you will get like one of those at random. So I'm an Arcanist and a Shaman, so I get like one Arcanist mutator and one Shaman mutator. So yeah, I mean, take that, Warlords, right? Alright, I'm just gonna take this short moment here to thank everybody who is involved with the league, and also the entire Grim Dawn community for being so supportive for such a big project as this one. Do keep in mind that we are still currently running the donation campaign as well, so if you would like to donate to the prize pool of this event, and also to like support the developers a bit more, we're gonna be running this campaign until basically the end of the league. Feel free to use the PayPal link as well as the other like Streamlabs link that is connected through my Twitch, so you can also like donate with text-to-speech there if you would like to. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this one. Obviously there are tons of changes this time around. It's even more content, even more changes to the game than in Season 3. So let us know whenever we hit something right, whenever we hit something not that right. Obviously there's gonna be tons of stuff that might work or might not work as intended. But yeah, that's what the Discord is for, so make sure to join the Discord, right? The link is down below for the official league Discord as well. There are feedback channels there left and right, and There's always going to be at least one developer around to take notes / answer any of your questions and also to troubleshoot. Hope you're going to enjoy this one. I'll see you around on the ladder, in Discord, on stream. Take care. And good luck, have fun.